Om Shanti, greeting of peace. Dear spiritual brothers and sisters, when I was listening the talk, I was seeing the example of our seniors, Brahma Baba, Dadis, etc., who have EQ and SQ. Because there are many examples in front of me who were not so good in their studies. Dadi Janki, whom you heard this morning, she shares her experience that she studied for 3 years in a school. She was admitted at an older age, so rather than getting admitted at the age of 6, I think she joined at the age of 9 or 10. And after 3 years, she gave up studying because she didn't like mathematics. So she didn't carry on any studies, and at the moment, we can see at the age of 88 how much enthusiasm she has, how much motivated she is, and her self-control, power of judgment, all of them I can see that Dadi Ji Prakash Mani, also you might have seen her sometime on the stage. They, at this age of 80 plus, they have so much enthusiasm. Whoever comes in front of them, they will enthuse them also, saying, okay, now do this sort of a service, go here, go there, do this, do that. So they are not only enthused themselves, but they create so much enthusiasm amongst others also. Also, they remain stable in all difficult situations. Brahma Baba, the founder of this university, a time was there in 1950 when in the organization we didn't have money because they stayed for about 14 years together, 300 of them, without earning any money. So whatever money they had in 1936-37, they spent on looking after 300 Brahmakumaris and Kumaris who were full-time dedicated. So a stage was there when they had no money, no vegetables, no atta for cooking chapati. And in the morning, the cook told the treasurer that we don't have any atta. Treasurer told Baba that we don't have any money. So in the morning, 8 o'clock, they said there is no money. But Baba wasn't worried at all. He said, okay, wait until the post comes. And fortunately, that day in the mail, they got some money. And by midday, which was their usual time for ringing bell for lunch, they had chapatis ready. So there was no worry at all. Brahma Baba never worried, even though they had to go through difficult stages, because, as was mentioned in one of the slides, because odd situation comes. Yogis also are part of this society. There is defamation, criticism, and financial difficulty or difficulties with council and all. So difficulties are there. But I have never seen any one of them worried at all and maintaining that stability, cheerful stage all the time. I have never seen them getting angry, never worried, never stressed. And not only that, but whenever, because we see Dadi Janki once a year when we come to Mount Abu. And some of those Brahmakumaris who have been visiting Abu for last 10-15 years, Dadi knows them quite well, and whenever somebody comes in front of Dadi, she will give very clear advice. So the power of judgment, discernment of this PKs is very powerful. They can see the individual through and through and are able to help them, guide them, and encourage them. Positivity is so much that I've never seen them telling anybody's weaknesses or defects, but they encourage everyone to be a role model. They themselves are role model, but they are able to help others also to be such a role model. So spirituality has helped all of us to not only be smiling all the time or having good manners outside, because sometimes, especially in the Western world, outside they will say thank you, but they really don't mean. I remember once I was traveling, and I was traveling internationally. I was going from Colombia to Miami, and first sector was Argentina to Brazil, and unfortunately in the previous sector they took my wrong coupon. And so naturally when I went to Colombia, they said, oh, your coupon is not there, you will have to buy now new ticket. We are sorry. So they say we are sorry, but they couldn't help anyway, we had to buy new ticket. And then they say, oh, when you go to the Miami, you will be able to get your refund. And we couldn't get refund for 6 months, and that also was so much less than what I had paid. So that's what we find, that in a real world, they say we are sorry, but they don't do anything to help. Or they say thank you, but they really don't mean to thank. Whereas spirituality really helps us to not only have good manners and sweet tongue, but sweet from heart. The head and heart are working together, and also the hands are also happy to work, because whichever position we may have, because Brahma Baba, who was the founder of this organization, even being founder, he had so much humility, egoless stage, that he used to sit at the same level as us whenever we had personal meeting. He was sitting at the same level as us. He would never accept the flowers from anyone saying, oh, but I am not a deity. The flowers should be offered only to deity. I am just a human being like you. So whenever he used to visit Bombay or any other city, he will never accept flowers from us. He said, I'm going to become like this flower, fragrant flower. We don't need to offer me any flowers or special attention. So he wouldn't allow us to greet him at the station or come to the station to say goodbye. He will say, okay, I'll meet you at the center. He will say goodbye at the center. He never liked the crowd at the station. And at the same time, Mateshwari Saraswati and Brahma Baba, whenever we used to do any karma yoga like cleaning grain or chopping vegetables, they will join us and do those activities and enthuse us to do some karma yoga. So they were really egoless, and at the same time there was so much love for everyone. Whoever came in front of them, they used to feel that Baba loves me so much. Unconditional love. So spirituality and meditation not only gives us that wisdom in the life, but also helps us to have that stability. Also, there is that stage of being courageous or fearlessness. And what I have achieved mainly in my spiritual life is this courage or fearlessness, because brought up in 1930s, 40s, I was quite protected child. And I remember when I went first time for my medical interview, my cousin was accompanying. So whenever I used to go for the new place, my cousin or uncle or father or brother would accompany me. Whereas after studying Raj Yoga, I have traveled many countries alone where there are no other friends or relatives or Brahmakumaris, and I never felt any fear or concern as what will happen or how it will happen. And once I landed in New Zealand at midnight, and the person who was going to come to pick me up didn't come to pick me up. And luckily I had the address, but that address was wrong. So I took taxi, went to the place, and that address was of the office and big gate, so I couldn't go in. And then the driver told, okay, taxi driver said, okay, let's go to telephone booth and we'll find out the real address. So we went to telephone booth, and the reply from the ashram was, oh, Paul was on the way, but his car broke down, so sorry, he couldn't meet you, but you can come to our ashram, which is, they gave address and all. So after 1 o'clock, I took taxi and went there, but never had any fear as what will happen to me or how it will go through everything. So I find that spirituality and meditation has helped me and many others to increase our EI or EQ. And that has helped us to have a very good relationship with others. And sometimes we are flexible, balanced life, that it helps us to be flexible as well as assertive. It helps us to be sweet as well as strict. It helps us to be loving as well as lawful. So that sort of a balanced life helps us to move forward and helps others also to move forward. Om Shanti.
Thank you very much, Didi ji. There are 3 words important in our life. One is balance, second is blessings, and the third one, blissful life. If we are creating our balanced personality, and if by meditation we can get blessings from the Supreme, as well as blessings from other persons, we can develop our blissful life. So, Didi ji has mentioned so many beautiful examples of Brahma Baba and her own life, which indicate that all the senior Dadijis and all senior sisters, they have got best EQ and SQ. They have less academic degree, but I think due to this EQ and SQ, they are most successful persons in their life.